CustomTactiles.com. We're looking at another Mike Obenauf knife here. Even though he's out of commission, Obenauf knives just seem to keep coming in. This one is a large Model 2 Framelock in a stone wash finish. Titanium handle slabs, of course, and an S30V blade as usual from Obenauf. What can I say? It's pretty big. Pretty big knife, the large. It's got a just under 3 3/4 inch blade, with nice big hollow grinds, sort of a spear point almost, a draw point almost spear point design. If it was a little bit more symmetrical. Dual thumb studs, which is always a welcome addition in my opinion. With an interesting satin finished flats and stonewash blade on this one. So nice stonewashed contoured handles. The stonewash is kind of a funny finish. It picks up fingerprints quite easily. But yeah, I mean the Model 2 Obi is always compared with the this one's a bit loose on the pivot here. Probably could use a tightening. Or is this going to start hitting? Because it's pretty loose. But they're always compared with Sebenzas because the typical titanium frame lock with the S30V blade, it's bound to be compared. And for the most part, I think the Obenauf has a little bit more character than a Sebenza. It's custom, of course, being that Mr. Obenauf isn't making knives anymore. Having the knife restored or sharpened and stuff will be difficult because you'll have to send it to another maker who's willing to do it. So that's always a consideration if you're buying this for anything other than collecting purposes. He did make quite a few knives, but he left pretty quickly. So one thing that Mike Obenauf always does is he always does the backspacer on his knives. He doesn't use the little spacer pivot, the spacer standoffs that a lot of tactical makers do. The large is quite a bit bigger. He's got three sizes. He's got the what he calls the small, and then he's got the large, and then he has one that's smaller than the small called the mini. And then I've owned all three of them in the Model 2 because the Model 2 is my favorite. And I personally I think the large is a nice size, but I feel like if I was going to carry one, I would carry the small. The small's got about a 3-inch blade on it and is more consistent with the size of, say, a small Sebenza, but because of the wider blade, it kind of it feels like you've got a little bit more knife. And that's one of the nice things about this Model 2 design, is that it does have a pretty big blade, a pretty wide blade, so you can kind of do a lot of big chores with it. And yeah, so Mike Obi Model 2 large. Hope you enjoy the review.